And members must take responsibility for trying to help each other. And they are all on the same side of the House, so it shouldn't be that difficult. Mike Hill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The proposed changes to funding for supported housing, namely the implementation of the local housing allowance cap, has created considerable uncertainty for the sector and for people who live in supported housing in Hartlepool. The proposed funding model of implementing the LHA cap and then devolving additional top-up funding to local councils would have created a postcode lottery, meaning that tenants in certain areas could lose out and be forced to make up any shortfall in funding. Rents and service charges in housing associations supporting housing schemes are regulated, but are usually higher than general social housing because of the extra cost of building adaptations and meeting the care and support needs of tenants. A typical example of such accommodation is Bamborough Court in Hartlepool, which I have had the pleasure of visiting. Bamborough Court provides extra care housing to help people who are over 55 within a range of care needs to live independently within the community. There are 72 properties at Bamborough Court, which include 41 one-bed flats, 24 two-bed bungalows and 2 three-roomed houses. Care for residents is provided 24/7 through personal support plans. Mr. Speaker, Bamborough Court is a fine example of a modern state-of-the-art complex for the provision of supported independent living for the vulnerable and people with special needs. The weekly rent of a property at Bamborough Court is £84.89 with a £38.04 service charge, which covers all maintenance, fire safety measures and general upkeep. Under current housing benefit rules, most of the tenants qualify for the cost of their accommodation in full. However, despite their need for specialist accommodation, under the LMA cap, these vulnerable people would have only received a maximum of £97.81 in a two-bed property and £83.78 in a one-bed property. Should residents have been forced to fund the shortfall, it would have cost them serious hardship and a possible loss of their homes. Mr. Speaker, such accommodation as that run by 13 housing groups at Bamborough Court gives comfort, support, hope and security to so many people. Such schemes would have been in serious jeopardy if the proposed cap was to be implemented. In my original speech, I would have urged the government to think again on this matter, and I hope that next Tuesday's statement will prove that they indeed intend to do so. Although given only a partial statement has been made on the cap this morning, I await the full statement with bated breath. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Mary